Morning folks, so today's video is going to consist of, we're going to wire this up properly. So we're going to wire it into the van's sort of like bodywork, and I want to put the control panel up on the side there, fix the tank in place so it can't move when we're driving along, put the pipe in so that's secure as well and safe. And the other thing is as well, I'm going to show you how to, not that I'm a professional, I'm just saying how I'm going to wire up my other battery as well as that one. They're both the same, which, well, it's not really, I think that's a 100 amp battery. I'll double check on that one for you. And this should be 130, I believe. Let me just check. Okay, there we go, 130 amp. That's what I ordered. Also, there's two lugs on each side, just so I tell you, that's what it tells you, to remove the lugs, which is the transit lugs. We'll get rid of them. Also, it's lovely they come with these caps. I've also bought these. Let me just get them out of the packet. These are absolutely amazing bit of kit. So you got, like, of course, you just put, positive and negative, positive, negative. They go on the lugs here, and it makes for easy connection and whatnot. It comes with an Allen key. I've got a set on the battery over there. We're going to link these two batteries in parallel. Pretty sure it's parallel, which will give me an overall 12 volts. Serial gives you 24 volts. So it'd be black to black, red to red, blue to blue, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, also purchased, if anybody's interested, just put that the way. 800 amp. This has got nothing to do with that. Booster cable. And why I bought these, I'm going to use the cable, but I'm not going to use the crocodile clips. I don't need that much cable. So the idea was to buy the cables off eBay or anywhere. They're called connection cables or something, they call them, some fancy name. Exactly the same as this. It was cheaper to buy 8 meters, or whatever this 6 meters of jumper cable than it was to buy the same cable, exactly the same cable, same ampage, to connect two batteries together. I went, no way. It was like 27 quid. And I was like, no, forget it. I know it's got the clips on the end, but I've got clips and I'll put them on the end myself. I'll show you how I'm doing that, and I'll show you how I link the batteries up. And that way then it will power the diesel heater. And also I'm looking at maybe getting a trickle charger to separate it from the battery, so when we're driving it'll trickle charge these two batteries as well. I'm looking at that with trickle charger with a relay. I will show you that in another video if I get a chance around to doing it, which I probably will. So what I'm going to do now is just start with these cables, get them in place, tack them up underneath the woodwork, and I'll come back to you very shortly when it's time to do the battery. Okay, so I've run the cable, which is now going to power the diesel heater under the bed, along the struts and down and through the wall there. This is another mistake which I made because the cable I did put in was not powerful enough and it got a little warm. Not too warm, but enough. This one. Okay, not enough ampage in the wire to compensate for the heater plug when it heats up, and it's just got a little bit warm to touch here, and I thought I'm not taking any chances, so that's why I've had to feed a new wire through. So if anybody's interested in, if you're doing your diesel heater, make sure you get the right ampage wire. I'll put a link in the description when I'm using in the description down below. Okay, so just to make sure that one, it stops. It's not bad, you can't see it anyway, but just saves us a bit more extra work. Next, cut these down, just cut them off. The way they're joined is pretty. I'm going to make them up again for the wife's car so she can have a pair of jump leads. That's all they are, just bent over and thing, but I'm going to cut them, make some fresh ones, and then I only want about a metre and a bit, a metre and a half, is that, and I'll put a breaker in between it as well. That's what I'm going to do. I don't much, do we? Don't we? Hardly anything, really. You go to just watch your fingers. There we go. On these I'm going to use these 10 amp connectors, squash them down. I might do a little bit of solder as well. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze them like so. If you do anything like this, I would recommend one of these little kits here. Okay, got all the connections on, everything you need, and shrink wrap, and then you'll end up with 2 cables looking like that. Okay, and shrink wrap them on. That's in focus. There we go. Okay, so just connected the black. I'll just show you what I've done. I haven't done the red yet, so just tightening that up. So I'm doing it in parallel, which will give me still 12 volts, but 200. This is 110 amp hours. The other one's 120, 130, giving me 240 amp hours altogether, which should be great. So now I'm just going to connect the red over there. I'll pull the battery forward a bit, give me a bit of space. There's the other battery. That's linked up, going underneath, around the back of the fridge. There's no heat or anything there, so that's no problem to worry about. I've only got this as my power supply, so the 2 batteries. Like I said, I might put a trickle charger in. I don't know that, so I'm just going to wire this one up now, and we'll have a look. That's it, that should be it. Also, the tendency is, if you can hear me, sorry, hold on, that anything you connect to this battery, or anything you want to connect, you connect to this battery, not the other one. The other one, I don't know why, I think it's something to do with the fact that they feed each other, and this is your main one, so you take all your feeds from here, which is what we're going to do. Make sure it's all nice and tight, and all that there will be tidied up. Okay, it won't just look like that. I just want to make sure. And now we should have the diesel heater. We'll have enough power, I reckon, to run all night, actually, quite comfortably. Where is my... Okay, so far we've got the solar panel going down to it. That's charging that battery and that battery. I've got the inverter to connect, but I'm not going to use crocodile clips. I'll have a full connection on that and mount the inverter in a place where we can get to it. Other batteries in, and now I've just connected up the diesel heater. I'm going to put the tank in next properly, but we're just going to fire up. Here we go. Let's, instead of using the remote control, just there we go. Okay, so let that run. Come back to you in a sec. While that's running, I'll just say that now, if I did this in series, yeah, that would give me 24 volts. This is not a 24 volt vehicle, so if anybody's interested in that, I am no expert. This is what I've learned over the years, and my neighbour, who's very intelligent chap. Yeah, so you make sure your cables are marked clearly, and you've all got insulation on them, and they're not going to touch any metal. All these batteries will be secured, they'll be battened down. The same with that one there. That'll all be battened down. I don't know if I'm keeping the gas tank there. Don't think I will, but it's going to be cased in a metal case as well, which is what you're supposed to do. Right, so that's still firing up. Pump should kick in any second. There we go. How about that for timing? Right, so that's running fine. I'll just let it run might as well let it run for a bit, because you can't stop them. You must let them cool down properly, and I'll have a bit of a tidy up.